Good morning, 360 family. I am back. Oh my goodness, the last session was hard work, and I want to apologize to all of you. It was pretty tough. I can't imagine what you all must have gone through with the Wi-Fi difficulties I had over there in Cape Town. We had a fantastic week as a family. Spent a bit of time in Cape Town, also in the George area. It's up the garden route of South Africa. If you've never been to South Africa, or you have to come over here and visit the garden route. It's the first thing you should do, and then go up north, go see a bit of wildlife in our private game reserves, and also our national parks, Kruger Park, and a few others. I'm still not 100% healthy, by the way. I remember I told you guys about 10 days ago now already. I felt sick when I was short of breath and I could hardly do this. That last session at home, I'm still a little bit not quite there. I just went to the gym this morning to try and sort of just get something going, and still not quite feeling myself, which is incredibly weird. No idea what is happening, but I'm pretty sure I'll be fine in no time, because I'm leaving for the UK very soon. Right? It's the 6th of July, so it's about 10 days from now. I'll be on a flight to England to join the South African Legends team, and very much looking forward to that. This is a very important week for me, so I need to be healthy so I can hit as many balls as I can, and also spend time in the gym and do the last prep for a bit of fitness to make sure I can run those 2s and 3s on the park. I missed that question. I think the Marvel Zone, if you can just pull that up again, recovering from a virus after your trip. I'm not sure if it is a virus or not. My dad is a doctor, and I saw him in George. He did some of the vital checks and said that everything seems to be okay. There's nothing incredibly urgent, and it seems like I'm getting over it. It's just taking a long time. And funny enough, over here in South Africa, I've had quite a few friends that I've told the story to that said they can relate, because they recently had a similar kind of thing where it lasted for about 2 to 3 weeks. Which is crazy. Since COVID, it's been very weird that's been happening around the world, in South Africa in particular. The weirdest viruses are floating around, getting all kinds of different symptoms than what we used to in the past. And people stay sick for long. I'm quite a fit guy. I'm very active. I play a lot of paddle. I work in the gym almost every day, work out in the gym every day. And still, this hit me really hard. It's been almost 2 weeks now. I just got out of the gym, and I had to come out of the gym after 20 minutes feeling like my heart rate's higher than ever, than what I'm used to in a normal strength session. Anyway, thanks for that, the Marvel Zone. I'll be fine. I'm going to keep fighting it out, and I will be heading over to the UK on the 16th for a function. Our first game is on the 19th. I'm very much looking forward to that. 19th of July. It's this month, guys. So keep an eye out for that. No idea what to expect. I haven't played a lot of competitive cricket of late, and I'm pretty sure these games will be competitive. It's the WCL tournament over there in the UK. And we will be based in Birmingham, playing some of our games at Edgbaston and some cricket grounds around the UK, including Headingley and Leeds and a few others. I keep looking past my screen because I see South Africa is 2 down now. There's a TV just behind my laptop. South Africa taking on Zimbabwe. But before we get to that, and also the West Indies taking on Australia, remember to subscribe to the channel, guys. Hit that bell notification and follow me on socials to stay up to date with everything I get up to. I apologize once again for the last week. It's not been normal what I've been going through. Very sick. Also some technical issues, as you could see in that last session when I was in Cape Town. But the main topic for today is the game that hasn't started yet today, Day 5, England and India. That is the main topic, guys, and we want to talk about the man of the moment, Shubman Gill. We'll get to him in a second. There's the scores and the current situation. India, monumental total to start off with, 587. Shubman Gill getting that double 100. Absolutely incredible. Off the bat, I want to let you know I haven't been watching a lot of cricket. I've been on holiday with my family in Cape Town, and with 3 children. For those of you that have 3 children, you don't get a lot of time to sit in front of a television screen and follow sports, especially when you're not at home. When they're on holiday, they want to go see things. I also want to show them things. That's part of parenthood and the incredible, what's the word, privilege of being a father and a mother is you get the ability or the opportunity to show your kids the world, show them different experiences, and put smiles on their faces as often as you can, with a lot of activities. Back to the game. Anyway, I haven't watched a lot. I've been following closely, though. I know exactly what's happening. Shubman, obviously incredible. You got to give credit to the rest of the lineup as well. They chipped in alongside him. You can't do this alone because it stays a team game. No matter how you look at it, you can't score big hundreds, triple hundreds, 400s like Brian Lara back in the day when you don't have someone at the other end. I can vouch for that. I've got stuck a couple of times in the early double hundreds and sort of running out of partners. And that is how it is. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. There it is, 430 runs in the game. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. To back that up with what he did in that second innings. Outstanding. Look at the names around him. Graham Gooch, Mark Taylor, Sangakkara, Brian Lara. We spoke about him just now. Greg Chappell, Matthew Hayden. It's a nice list to be amongst. And congratulations to Shubman. He is a calm, collected player. I've had a lot of good things to say about him over the last few years. It started in T20s when I noticed him a few years back. And already then I was talking about this guy's got something special. Very easy to say now. But I saw deeper than his talent. I saw a guy that had drive, hunger, but had a way of staying focused in the moment. And that's one of his biggest strengths. He always seems like he's so in control of what he's doing. It reminds me of Shreyas Iyer as well, very controlled, two up-and-coming superstars of Indian cricket. We haven't seen enough of Shreyas yet, but I've no doubt he'll be joining pretty soon. Anyway, Shubman, congratulations. And just absolutely flawless. Let's have a look at that flawless meter. I saw some comments about that. It's one of the best knocks ever in English conditions. And this is for a guy that comes from India, right? Remember back in the day, a lot of commentators, journalists saying the subcontinent players can't play abroad. They can't go to England, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand and score runs. They are flat wicket bullies and can only score runs at home. And that is very, very quickly. That has very quickly changed over the last 5 to 10 years. We've seen a huge trend of subcontinent players traveling to various parts of the world, scoring runs. It started probably with the biggest name, in my opinion, Virat, who changed the way Indian individuals, cricketers, played abroad, taking on the bowlers, putting their chest out, and sort of just starting to play the shorter stuff better and the balls that move off the seam. And they've had quite a few youngsters since then that have followed in his footsteps. So I think credit to Virat for that, for sort of breaking the chain down. But similar can be said for players from South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, England, traveling to the subcontinent, also breaking down barriers, starting to play spin better. So the game is moving forward, and it's the beautiful evolution of cricket. As more players seem to be accustomed to play anywhere around the world, you see more youngsters looking like they've played 200 test matches with their debut already. I've spoken about that in length at the IPL over the last 3 to 5 years, where I've said, this guy is 18 or 19 years old. We saw Vaibhav Suryavanshi this year, 14 years old. And he looks calm when he's playing. He's just like, I don't care if Bumrah's bowling to me. I'm just going to eat the ball and play my game. And it was never like that. When I was 18, 19 years old, I could hardly breathe when I walked out to bat against a Glenn McGrath and a Shane Warne and those kind of guys. So it's the evolution of this beautiful game of cricket, and it's great to see how are we getting there. 4% was the number for Shubman of false shots percentage during his Edgbaston outing there. Absolutely phenomenal. Really, really amazing batting. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes because he's calm. He's in control of what he's doing out there. He seems to have worked on his technique over the last while. I don't see huge changes. Perhaps playing the ball a touch later, making sure that head is nice and behind that blade, upright, not falling over. There's the image. I must add that this image doesn't give us much, in my humble opinion. In the 2022 picture there, it almost feels to me like his head is even in a better position than the bottom one, where he's maybe just outside the blade line there. And if anything, he's playing at a touch earlier in 2025. Yeah, it's just an image. But the point and the fact of the matter is, look at that front pad at the top. That tells me the ball probably moved back where he tried to keep his. The minute the ball bounced, it probably nipped back. I would love to see the footage of that ball. Maybe we'll put it up in the next session. I think that nip back, generally when a batter gets his pad straight and upright to the left like that, it means he's trying to get his pad out of the way. But his head and his pad is in a good position. And maybe he just got a couple of better deliveries back then. Maybe the wicket is a touch flatter here at Edgbaston than before. But you can't fault anything that I've been seeing. There's nothing wrong with this 2025 image. And the beauty of this, he scored a double 100 and 100 in one game, and I still think he can work on his technique here. So, and in a few basics. He said his eye line is probably this far outside. If you draw a straight line with the ball and the bat up, he said it's just outside. It should just come maybe an inch back in line. But I mean, it's nice to criticize someone when he's doing well, because your usual journalists and commentators do it the other way around. They want a guy to be down and then they step on their throats. I'm telling Shubman, yeah, you can keep working. There's still room for improvement. And that's not criticism, it's positive criticism. Incredible performance by him. There's not much more to add, guys. I love this guy. I love the fact that he's a captain. I think he's done a phenomenal job following in big footsteps of some giants of the game who were there before him. It's huge responsibility captaining India in test matches. You represent a huge cricket nation, a cricket-loving nation, and he's done phenomenally well against the odds in the biggest away tour. Yes, they are 1-0 down. They should have been 1-0 up. And now let's see if the character is there. He's proved it individually, but can the team stand up with him today and get that win, which is incredibly important? I know there's been a lot of criticism with regards to the team selection. Washington Sundar's name came up instead of Kuldeep Yadav. Nitish Kumar Reddy hasn't done much in this game. There's some of the thinking around this. Don't you think India should have given chance to Kuldeep and Arshdeep Singh in the second test against England? Could have dropped Prasidh Krishna and also Shardul. Look, there are so many different things to look at. For the second test in a row, this is the most important thing to remember. For the second test match in a row, India have been dominating the majority of play. And there's no doubt in that first test they should have won the game. So do you panic? Do you make 10 changes and bring in everyone else? Or do you stay calm and think, you know what? We dominated the majority of the test match. And here they are in the second test dominating once again. So there's lots of reason for them to believe in what they're doing. And yes, there were a couple of changes, but that would have been matchups. And that happens behind the scenes between coach, captain, analysts, and all the other assistant coaches get together and they brainstorm, how can we get the upper hand against England? And I've got to admit, they've got the upper hand once again. So I see absolutely no fault whatsoever with what they're doing. People are going to go, yes, but he hasn't performed. This guy hasn't done this. It's all about role play, guys. Each player in that Indian lineup has a role. And I think they have followed through exceptionally well. The big question is, can they get 7 wickets today? And then everyone can keep quiet. If they don't, all the cockroaches will climb out of their holes and go, oh, but you should have picked him instead of him. You should have. They've dominated out of 9 days of cricket, probably dominated England like 7 or 8 out of the 9. So they just got to take their opportunities. And today presents an opportunity to go 1-1, take momentum into that third test, bring Bumrah back and go 2-1 up. Boom. Opportunity. All right, there is the match situation. 72 for 3. England's out of the game, guys. They're not getting 536. I can tell you right now. I will put my name on the line here. I will actually, I'll stop the YouTube show if they get those runs. How about that? We'll just cut it. I don't want to. No, look, you never say never. 0.000, quadruple zero, and another quadruple on top of that, 1% chance. All right, so that's my 5 cents. I think England should lick their wounds, forget about bazball for one day, show character, and try and get a draw. That'll be a phenomenal effort and a huge blow for India. So that should be England's mindset. If they play bazball, I'm actually licking my lips. I want to see this unfold. With all due respect to England, I love them. I think they're a fantastic team. I love the way they play baseball, but today is a day to go, guys. Let's look each other in the eye. Let's save this match for our nation. Let's not try and be fancy and sexier and play baseball, because that is our brand. You're not going to get those runs, so try and save the match for your country. I'm calling that out for Team England. I know they're not listening, because they are getting ready, as I'm seeing some footage off the ground here in South Africa on the television screen. That is a beautiful ground, Edgbaston, and I will be playing there very soon. I'm looking forward to that. There is rain at Birmingham. You see the time of declaration from Shubman that could have won. I mean, Shubman is not a weatherman, right? There's always going to be rain around England. You can't control that. I see that now. Yeah, the footage is coming up. I mean, you can only play what you see. They didn't want England in the game. That was probably the thinking behind closed doors. Said to themselves, you know what, England has done phenomenal things in the past. They've made a habit out of chasing big totals in the final innings. Let's bat them out of the game and see if they've got character. Or are they a one-dimensional team who can only play baseball? And I think that is the right thing to do. They didn't see the rain coming. There's nothing you can do about it. As my old captain Graham Smith used to say, control the controllables. You can only control what you can control. And that is your performance, your mindset, your preparation, your decision-making. You can't control what the opposition is going to bowl to you. You can't control the weather. You can't control the crowd chanting. You can't control the media writing bad headlines about you. All right. I've gone on enough about this. It's a mouth-watering day of cricket ahead. Siraj, Akashdeep with a new ball. They've done incredibly well in this test match. Very interesting there. Akashdeep rates among some of the best in the world with his bowling average. I know it's still pretty fresh for him. Minimum of 10 innings. Let's see what that looks like after 100 innings. That'll be interesting if he can maintain this kind of form, and he's got the ability. It'll take a lot of hard work, a lot of good decisions off the field as well with regards to nutrition, fitness, and so forth. But well done to him. Mohammad Siraj's performance with Bumrah there. Very interesting topic this. Siraj has played 23 test matches with Bumrah, average of 33.82. His average in 15 matches without Bumrah, 25.2. Interesting, and I can tell you, one of the big reasons for this, it's not necessarily his fault. When Bumrah is there, he slips down the order in terms of you have your big strike bowler, then you have a workhorse, you have someone to keep them quiet, you have another guy who's got a golden arm perhaps, you've got an attacking spinner in a Kuldeep Yadav who's very attacking field placings. You don't care about how many runs he goes for. You have an economical bowler like a Jadeja, and perhaps Ashwin was maybe a combination of both back in the day. But my point being is, the minute there is a bit of weakness in the opposition batting lineup, who do you call on? Bumrah. You're not going to ask Siraj to bowl in. So Bumrah will always get the first call. But when Bumrah's not there, the first guy to come up when there's a bit of weakness, a new batter at the crease, new ball in the hand, you have your slips in place, he's the man. So likely to take more wickets and be the main go-to guy. It is what it is. Graham Smith always called on Dale Steyn. The minute the opposition, we would work hard, get 2-3 wickets, then there's a huge partnership. Dale would be resting during this time. Morne Morkel will get the breakthrough, get them 4 down. The spinner will get another 5 down. And then Graham would say, Dale, back in here, buddy. And you'll pick up 3 or 4, like boom, boom, boom. Get rid of the tail. All right, so that is the long and the short, but still interesting to look at that. What it tells me as well is Siraj has got a lot of character. He stands up into that leadership role, into the main strike bowling role when Bumrah is not there. And it's fantastic to have someone like that who can fill those boots when the main guy is not there. Mr. 360, some tips for Indian bowling strategy. What do you think about India winning the series? Unlikely still, especially being 1-0 down. But they can take a lot of confidence because I think they dominated most of the cricket that's been played yet. They've lost some very pivotal moments, dropped some pivotal catches, made some bad decisions with the bat in hand. All in all, just the tiny little moments that they let slip. When you get on top of opposition, you have to step down and make sure that you get them down. Be ruthless. And I think that's what they've been lacking. So they still have a great chance. This is a crucial, crucial day of cricket. They have to find a way to get those 7 wickets to make it 1-1. Of course, at some point, England will also find a way to dominate. And if you go 2-0 down after 3 test matches, it's pretty much done and dusted. Mentally, you're scarred then. You know now you can't win the series anymore. And there's no way forward there. All right, there's the England batting card then, guys. Just quickly, first innings, very odd. It doesn't happen every day. You get 2 big hundreds and only score 407. It's one of the lowest ever totals with 2 players scoring over 150 in one innings. That is crazy. 2 150s and you only get 407. It's ridiculous. So 2 reasons maybe you can blame. You don't have to blame, but Harry Brook and Jamie Smith maybe getting, well, Jamie was not out, but for Harry Brook perhaps feeling like, you know what, we're out of the clear, we're out of danger here, I can let loose and just play more attacking strokes, and not thinking like, if I get out now, there's a new batter, then it's the tail, it can happen fast like it did. So maybe a bit of complacency, thinking that they're out of the bad position they got themselves into. But how do you criticize a guy that's sort of turned things around? 158, 145, there's the partnership. Obviously, Jamie Smith went on to score a bit more and get that not out. But 407 with these 2 adding 303. That'll put a bit of a dent in the confidence of the batting lineup. But these guys, 2 incredible youngsters with a bright future. Looking forward to watch them bat today. We'll see. Moving on then, match situation. Next topic, guys, West Indies and Australia. I won't take too much time on this as I've already been talking for very long here. I followed a bit of this test match as well as the hours of the day. It plays out here in South Africa as nighttime for us. So when the kids are in bed, this is the only game I can sort of watch live. Very interesting as the West Indies are staying in the game, both in the first and the second test match now. Very similar to India, actually, where I feel the West Indies in that first test match dominated big patches of that test in Barbados. And once again, just didn't play the big moments well, and no batter were prepared to show some character. Now they will have another opportunity. Can they finish off the tail here as they are trailing by 254, still very chaseable? Chase maybe 275 maximum, but do they have a batter or 2 in the top 5 who can go, you know what? I'm going to be the guy to stay here today. I'm not going to try and play according to some brand. I'm going to watch the ball and I'm going to fight for my team and my nation and my country. That's what it comes down to. If you don't have that, you must prepare for losing a lot of test matches. It is what it is. It's time for that batting lineup of the West Indies to stand up. I know it's a good bowling attack against Australia, but similar to South Africa in that final innings at Lords, Aiden Markram and a few other players said, you know what, I'm going to be positive, but I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to be mentally strong. I'm going to get into good positions. Being positive doesn't mean I have to take risks. It means I've got a good body language and I'm moving well, keeping my head still, and I'm watching the ball. If the bowler's in my space, I make eye contact with him. I don't feel scared and shy away from the challenge. So that's the way you do it and show a bit of character. Alrighty, that's enough of that. They're moving into day 4. It's going to be interesting to see how many Australia will add there. South Africa, busy playing. That is the game in the background now. SA in a little bit of trouble. Vian Mulder stepping in for Keshav Maharaj as captain, as Keshav was ruled out after that first test match. I thought Keshav led very well, by the way. And I'm also very happy for Vian Mulder, who we always called Vessi back in the day, is his nickname. Very, very cool guy. Also reminds me a bit of Shubman Gill in a way, calm, collected, very much in control of his emotions. You won't see him overly emotional often. but very driven guy, works hard at his game and incredibly talented. Scored 100 in that first test match, and he's looking good in that second one here. He's on 27 of 19 balls, playing a bit of a ODI cricket here, alongside David Bedingham, who's on 24 of 16 balls. I don't know what's happening. A 51 partnership of 35. Are we watching a T20 ODI or a test match here? Interesting. Nice counter punch, though, from South Africa. Maybe very similar to what Australia always would do back in the day, is when they're in trouble, the wicket is moving around, sort of look to get into strong positions, look to score instead of look to survive. And it's always a nice mindset to have, no matter what conditions you play on, is to get into strong positions so that you can have the option to score and not just have a one-dimensional defensive play where you are looking to block a dead no matter what. So look to score, and then you can let it go. Look to score. Oh, it's a good ball. I'll play it late hands, block it. So always look to score no matter what format and no matter what conditions you play on. It generally works very well. Nice shot there. From Mulder, another 4 runs, and he moves to 42 now. He's also obviously very handy with a ball in hand, picked up some crucial wickets in the Lord's Test match, also in that first Test match against Zimbabwe. But that is Wiaan Mulder. Corbin Bosch, guys, let's quickly talk about him. Also, Cody Youssef to follow. This guy scored 100 not out and got a 5 in that first Test match. A very rare feat. I know this guy incredibly well. We used to live like 100 meters from each other. He's a very good golfer as well. Very, very talented guy. He's the son of the late Tertius Bosch, who used to play for the Proteas, also Northern Transvaal, which was the former team of the Titans, playing there in Pretoria, Centurion Park. His dad was a very fast, fiery bowler, difficult to play against. I never played against him, but I watched him on television back in the day, and very, very happy I never played against him. Anyway, yes, Corbin. There's also a brother, Ethan, who also plays professional cricket. Very talented youngsters. And this guy was stranded on 90 when he ran out of batting partners at Centurion against Pakistan. And here he went on and got his first Test 100 for South Africa. Very well deserved. It's been an incredible year for him. Made a lot of debuts. First time at Lords. WTC champions. He didn't play there. IPL debut. Lots happened for Corbin, and I'm very, very happy for him as a guy that works very hard and also a humble, genuinely nice person. Well done, Corbs. Cody Youssef, Dale Steyn spoke about Cody. He's done very well here. 6 wickets there. He plays for the Lions just up the road from where I live. But I thought he bowled very well. Really nice away shape. Reminds me a bit of Dale Steyn. I will never compare him with Dale, as many people did. He's got a very long way to get to something like that. But you never know. He's maybe got the potential. He seems to have the shape. He looks like he's got the heart. And, I mean, he always comes back. He wants the ball, gets it in the right areas. He's got another yard to pick up to get to Dale, and 400-odd Test wickets. Did I just say that? Anyway. Lots of talent coming through South Africa recently. Future looks good, most definitely. There's no doubt about it. There's lots of youngsters that look incredibly good. And it's, big credit to SA20 for that. Just really giving a lot of youngsters exposure. I think the system is in good hands. Also winning the WTC final there at Lords would have inspired a lot of youngsters around South Africa, which bodes well for the next 5 to 10 years as well. It is the crazy thing about South Africa. Very small country, 60-odd million, but for some reason and somehow in sport and in other areas of business, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be, South Africans seem to feature on the global scale quite often. And I'm not boasting. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the talent that keeps coming through. There's a bit of some element in the water we have over here. Look at our rugby players, very, very big, powerful men, and just heart. I think it's got a lot to do with the resilience we have. Very diverse country. We've been through a lot of heartache in the past and find ourselves now in a position where lots of different cultures, but we found a way to work together and to unite. Ubuntu. yes, you can go read up on that, what Ubuntu means. Okay, a couple of questions, guys. I think that's enough of cricket news. I've literally just read you the news for the last 30 minutes. I've got sort of a headache going here. But I'm going to take as many questions as I can. Richard Sherlock, mate, I bowled to you in Benoni in 2004. Unreal to witness. What a privilege. Richard, thank you very much. I'm going to have to zoom into that picture to remember that action, but I see as obviously a pace bowler. It's nice to have you on here. Thanks for following me and supporting the channel. Unreal to witness. I hope you didn't get me out. Maybe that's the part you talk about there. Unreal to witness. You were happy to get me out. Hopefully not. I don't know. But thanks for that. It was great. It's a long time ago that it's the year that I made my debut. End of that year, 2004-05. I made my debut in Test cricket. I was still very young. It took me a few years until about 2008 to feel comfortable with my technique. I was feeling a little bit out of sorts. I felt like I belonged there in the international setup, but definitely felt like I had a lot of work to do, which I was prepared to put in, and happily had a very enjoyable career. All right. Do you think Gill will cross 1,000 runs this series? Oh, it's possible. It's a 5-match Test series. It was never possible for me, as I never played in a 5-match Test series. I wish I did. Maybe actually I did. I think my very first series I just spoke about in 2004-05 against England. Maybe that was 5 Test matches. The only one of my life. So I think India, Australia and England can consider themselves very lucky to play in big Test series like that. So 1,000 runs, it's possible. He's definitely got the ability. He's got the character. He's got the skill. Why not? Next one, guys. Almost done, as I'm really running out of breath, literally, not just running out of words. Bumrah or Glenn McGrath? No, man. That is a bit unfair. Rusting Cabos. Rusting Cabos. I like that. It sounds a bit Rastafarian, a bit Chris Gayle-like. That is impossible to say. I think Bumrah is more lethal, as in a bit more pace. I think he's got a yard on McGrath. It's just more skiddy. He's definitely got a better slow ball, but that's not really relevant in Test cricket. And also unfair towards McGrath. He never really played in an era where slow balls were a big thing. It was more about pace and getting the areas right. I don't know, guys. Geez, like, how do you answer a question like that? They played in different eras, It's a different generation. I think I played against McGrath. He didn't make mistakes. He was really on a tee all the time. You could almost like put a coin down on the pitch and he would hit it like 9 out of 10 times. It was ridiculous how accurate he was. Maybe he's got 0.1% on the accuracy against Bumrah when it comes to finding the top of stump. But being a different era bowler, different generation, perhaps Bumrah tips him up. Tough to say. Both were the best at the time. Both great guys, both great advertisements for cricket. And I have a lot of respect for both of them. I played against both of them. I played with McGrath. I know him personally. Fantastic guy as well, on top of his incredible skill. I don't know, guys. Bumrah is the flavor of the month because he's playing right now. It's fresh in everyone's memories. Also, we see him. McGrath, we've forgotten about a bit, but you sometimes forget as well how good that guy was. 50-50. Fence sitter, I can't make a call. Sorry. I can say that I was a bit more fearful playing against Bumrah, as he had raw pace off the deck. Good to see you. I think the key wickets for India are Brook and Stokes. Stokes might not be in form, but you can't underestimate him in your views. Yeah, they're not going to chase it, guys. So you're saying, don't underestimate him. He's going to have to block for a long time. If they play bazball cricket, I can guarantee you right now they're going to lose this Test match. So I really hope the rain stays away and then we get on that park and that we have a full days of play, because I can't wait to go and sit in front of the screen and watch this unfold, because they're going to have to go up against what they've been playing like the last few years. And they're so proud of saying it out in the media, bazball, bazball. This is how we play. Always positive, always positive. You can't be positive chasing 585. Sorry, not 585. What do they need? Can we just pull that up again? 608. Yeah, but today they're already on 70 odd, right? So it's about 530, if I'm not mistaken, that they need. 536. You're not going to chase 536 on a day 5 wicket. I don't care who you are. Maybe in the year 2093, if we have real aliens here on Earth. I don't know. That's not going to happen. In Test cricket, you have too many different tactics you can follow as a fielding captain, where you can really bowl defensively. You can, I mean, there's so many different things you can do to make it impossible for a team to score 6 runs and over for an entire day. Only 7 wickets in hand. It's going to be very interesting to see. And I'm going to, I mean, if they start like that in the first 10 overs, it's one little mistake, and this literally going to be done and dusted, game over. Anyway, it will be interesting. Let's wait and see what happens. The key wickets, in my opinion, are guys like, because I don't see England being in the game, the key wickets for me is Ollie Pope, because I think he's one of the guys who will not play bazball. He will stick to his game plans. I think Root has been brainwashed so much with bazball that he can't go back to the normal Root that we used to play against. And I actually like that Root more, because I literally hated playing against him, because I felt like, I don't care if he's scoring runs or not. It had nothing to do with that. I just felt like we're not going to get this guy out, and everyone can bat around him. And I hate those kind of players. It's so tough to play against. Now he's playing reverse scoops because he has to play the bazball. So I don't know. Let's see. Maybe he adapts. And I think that's what the great players do, is they are prepared to go, you know what? I'm always positive, but it will be a bigger blow for the opposition if I can just stick it out today and show a bit of guts and character. Are they prepared to do that? Ollie Pope, I think, is and will be. I don't know if there are many others. So Ollie Pope's probably the main one. We'll see what happens there. Sorry, Root is already out, isn't he? I'm talking about Root. I think it is. Yeah. He's bowled by Akash, deep. Incredible. It's the bazball, Ben Duckett and Joe Root bazball play. It is what it is. You sit on the side. You can't be a one-dimensional player, even though you're one of the greatest to ever play the game. You have to sometimes be prepared to go, hold on. There's more to gain here for my team. And if I play a different brand today, you know, just my 5 cents. So Ollie Pope is the man, guys. I don't think Stokes has it in him to play a different brand than bazball. We'll see if someone else, maybe Jamie Smith, can sort of make that change and hang in there with the team. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Definitely big favor of big odds in the favor of India. I'm looking forward to that, guys. Definitely not myself. My throat is sore literally while I'm talking. Weirdest thing, I'm pumping myself big time with vitamins, all kinds of vitamins, probiotics. That was my dad's advice. And then if I don't get better in the next 2 days, I might have to go look at a specialist or whatever, go see a specialist to see what's happening. Do some blood tests, perhaps. Whew, clogged up. All right. Sorry for the negative trend ending here. It's all about cricket today. Great sport. And also don't forget about Wimbledon. I love watching Wimbledon. Djokovic beat his fellow countryman last night, Kecmanovic, I think. All kinds of vitches there in Serbia. There's Ubuntu, just quickly. I am because we are. And that's quite nice, right? That's a South African thing. I am because we are. It's not about myself. It's about the country and where we come from. It's not about race and religion. It's about coming together and remembering we're all human beings. So I love that. I love that message. We used to play with this kind of culture and this message at heart. And that is South Africa for you. And that is the special element that we put in our morning cereal. As Dricus du Plessis, one of our, what do you call MMA fighters? Is it MMA? I don't even know what you call that. But anyway, the cage fighting dudes, Dricus is the best ever. I mean, he's the world champion. He's from South Africa. And he just said, they don't know what we know. And I quite like that. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. So Shout out to Drickus. I don't know where he is in the world right now. He must be fighting soon again. He won his last one back-to-back against Sean Strickland. I got up in the early hours of the morning to watch both those fights. MMA, UFC, there it is, yes. So MMA was right, mixed martial arts. And UFC, I don't even know what that stands for, Ultimate Fighting Champions or whatever. I don't know. Or oh no, freaking cage. I don't know. That's what I would say if I saw UFC. Oh, freaking cage. I have to get in the cage against these guys. Guys, thanks for joining me on 360 Live. Very weird session, but I'm just glad that the Wi-Fi did the job this time around. Follow me on Facebook, all social platforms, Instagram and X. Also, like the show. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. There's lots of cool things in the pipeline. I can't wait to share everything I've been getting up to with you guys. Even though I've been sick, I've been partnering up with a lot of very, very exciting, entertaining brands, companies. Also been designing things myself. I've also been writing, and I'm going to keep that a secret to tell you what I've been writing and what about. It's not another autobiography or a follow-up. Maybe that'll come one day. But it's really, really cool and exciting. And saw some people in Cape Town. So it wasn't just holiday, it was a bit of business as well. But all's got to links in with the 360 brand, the 360 show, and you guys are all a part of it, the 360 family. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful Sunday, the 6th of July, and have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you guys in the week. And stay tuned for maybe 1 or 2 sessions of From AB to 360. Bye now.